A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 73. I will there be light.
Lesson 73 is teaching you that you can choose to let light and love fill your mind. When you decide to think with kindness instead of fear, it is like turning on a light inside you. That light helps you see clearly and feel peaceful.
Today we are thinking about the will you share with God. This is different from the ego's random wishes, which lead to confusion and emptiness.
The ego wishes to be separate from God, like a tiny self on its own instead of part of His great love. But this wish is not real. It only brings confusion and fear. First, it creates thoughts of being bad, feeling guilty, and being afraid. Then it makes the world we see.
The will you share with God has the power to create. The ego's wishes have no real power because they are not shared. These wishes can seem strong and can create a world of illusions that feels real, but they do not create anything true.
The ego's wishes seem powerful in a dream, but have no real power. It thinks it can destroy heaven, but only God's will creates what is real. The ego can only make illusions.
Your thoughts and wishes shape the world you see. The ego's part of your mind that feels separate fills it with people who seem to hurt you, making you believe they deserve blame. But they are only reminders of a trick that keeps you stuck in anger. Seeing them this way, you do not truly know others or yourself.
Jesus says we do not just see the world wrong, we made it through our wish to be separate. Our minds chose this world to hide from God, using blame and guilt to keep the illusion going. When we hold grudges, we see others as sinners instead of as part of God's one Son. This hides the truth that we are all united in His love.
In this world of blame and grudges, your true will is forgotten. Guilt is passed around and anger grows. But could this world come from God's love? Would God create pain and disaster for His Son? True creation comes from God and His Son together. God would never create a world that harms Himself.
Jesus is not talking about disasters or death. He is talking about the whole physical world. It is a world of separation where people make special relationships to feel complete. But instead of true love, these relationships become trades, each person trying to get more and give less. This is not real union, because nothing real is shared or created.
Today, we will try again to find the world that matches your true will. This world is filled with light because it follows God's will. It is not heaven, but heaven's light shines on it. The darkness is gone, and the ego's wishes have disappeared. This light comes from within you, so that is where we will look for it.
This is the real world. It is still an illusion, but it reflects heaven because it does not go against God's will. In this peaceful state, we see the world as it truly is. We have chosen to let go of the ego's wish to be separate. Now, only the light of truth remains in our minds, waiting for us to see it.
The world you see reflects what is inside you. Light and darkness do not come from outside. When you hold grudges, your mind is dark and you see a dark world. But when you forgive, the darkness fades and you see a world filled with light.
Truth and illusions are in our minds, not outside. What we see comes from what is inside us. If we want to see light in the world, we must first find it within. But to do that, we must go through the darkness. Forgiveness clears away guilt and brings us to the light.
Grudges may seem like a wall, but they cannot keep you from being free. The truth is simple. Do you really want to stay in pain? Do you want to be sad, suffer, and feel trapped?
The barrier is easy to cross because it is only our choice to stay in pain and separation. Jesus teaches that all suffering, even death, comes from this choice. The answer is simple. Change your mind and forgive.
Do not listen to the ego when it tries to say this world is heaven. You know that it is not true. You do not really want this. There is a limit to how far illusions can go.
Illusions can never bring true happiness. We must accept this before asking Jesus for help. Specialness may bring joy for a while, but it never lasts. Why chase something that will fail us? Jesus reminds us of this so we will choose real happiness instead of pain.
Suffering is not happiness, and true happiness is what you really want. This is your true will.
Jesus reminds us that nothing in this world truly makes us happy. Until we accept that specialness will not end our pain, we will not sincerely ask for His help. Only He can teach us the difference between pain and joy, being trapped and being free, suffering and true happiness.
Salvation is what you truly want. You want to succeed in what we are doing today. We begin with your blessing and your happiness.
Jesus can only help us if we allow Him to. First, He must show us that He is right, and that true happiness matters more than being right. Without believing this, we would not follow Him. He needs us just as much as we need Him. We must want His help for salvation to happen.
You will succeed today if you remember that you want salvation. You want to follow God's plan because it is part of you. There is nothing in you that truly opposes it. Salvation is for you. More than anything, you want to remember who you really are. Today, the ego has no power over you. Your will is free, and nothing can stop it.
Jesus reminds us that we truly want His salvation, not the ego's. Our freedom and our imprisonment both come from within. When we forget, Jesus reminds us that the ego has no real power unless we give it power. That is why nothing can stand against our true will.
Today, we practice with joy, knowing we will find what we are meant to find and remember what we are meant to remember. No empty wishes can stop or trick us. Let your true will be done and end the false belief that you would ever choose pain instead of heaven.
Jesus reminds us that the ego's wishes are weak and cannot stand against our true will. Our will is always strong because it is one with God's will.
We begin today by knowing that only God's plan for salvation is truly what you want. It is not forced on you. It is the one purpose you share with God. Today, you will succeed in freeing yourself from pain and empty wishes. Now, you will remember your true will and are ready to see the light within you and be saved.
Jesus asks us to practice what He teaches and see how resisting God's will has made us unhappy. Letting go of the ego's resistance brings true joy. We must truly accept this, not just go through the motions. If we force ourselves, it feels wrong and leads to anger. That is why Jesus reminds us that forgiveness brings freedom. He wants us to want to forgive so we can choose it with joy.
Remind yourself of this and focus on your true will. Then say with calm and confidence, I will there be light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will in mine. Let your will shine with God's power and your true self. Trust them to guide you for the rest of the practice and follow their lead.
We join with God and Christ in our minds, letting our shared will shine with love. This brings healing and unity. Each day we are guided to heal, forgive, and love, just as we are healed, forgiven, and loved.
In the shorter practice periods, again make a declaration of what you really want. Say, I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. This should be repeated several times an hour.
We choose to remember that our will and God's are the same. The ego's tricks do not change this. Illusions bring darkness, but truth sets us free with light, our light as God's Son.
It is very important to use today's idea right away if you feel upset or want to hold a grudge. This will help you let go instead of holding on to anger and keeping it in darkness.
Jesus wants us to notice our angry thoughts and grudges. They do not bring happiness. They block God's plan for salvation. We held onto them to feel separate, but the cost was too high. Now, we see that letting go brings freedom, choosing light instead of darkness.
I will there be light. I will there be light. I will there be light.